Howdy everybody, it's the Blackhawks Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, but we are back and we are making content for in-season now. I'm going to go ahead and start this off by saying what a game by the boys tonight. Valiant effort coming off that loss to Florida 3-2, of course, in heartbreaking fashion. But not more heartbreaking than tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started with the recap here. In the first period, Renzel started us off with a great chance early. He walked right into the slot. He couldn't put it home, however. Crevier had a huge hit after a great shift. The Blackhawks controlled place early. Bedard and Doc get on the breakaway, a 2-on-1, and it's turned away by the defenseman. And here come the Bruins back up the ice. And it's going to be Casey Middlestat from Arvidsson and Zaka to open up scoring for tonight's game, who beat Levshinov in a net front puck battle to just put it behind Soderblom, who, by the way, before we continue, played great tonight. Zaka had a chance after Pastrnak caused a turnover along the end boards, but it was Bedard who would get the equalizer off of a Andrei Burakovsky and Colton Dach assist. He was in Ovi's office. The puck came right to him. He put it home top shelf. We saw him practicing that shot all over. Shout out to Batman Collects on X for sending all those videos. We saw him practicing that shot. Finally buries one, gets the monkey off his back 2 games into the season. Mason Lorelei had a great chance off the rebound behind the net. Henry Jokiharju shot nearly put the Bruins back in front. Tripping would be called moments later by Dickinson, but the Blackhawks play keep away off of Pastrnak's penalty, and that ends the first period. It is 1-1 Blackhawks and Bruins. In the second period, it was Crevier to get the boys fired up quickly. The big Lou himself, he goes right from the point. He throws a weak little wrister on, but it finds a way into the net. Kaiser and Levshinov combined for a really good shift, I thought. Levshinov, it's weird with him. I was on a Twitter space with Riz NHL, Connor Gavin, Second City, and I think that Levshinov should get some more time, but I'm also very paranoid because of the Kevin Korchinski situation. Levshinov plays good. He doesn't play bad. But I should say he doesn't play bad in total. He has really good shifts and really awful shifts, as pointed out by CG. This was a really good shift. But as we're going to see, he had some costly mistakes later on in the game. Tanner Jeannot cleans up in front to even the score at 2-2. This was a back-and-forth game all night. A promising rush by Renzel and Bedard gets shut down, and Boston has a huge shift that swings momentum. That is until, excuse me for this horrible butchering of the Russian language, Marat Kushnitidov, number 92 on Boston, gets a penalty. But again, we saw a repeating fact tonight with the Blackhawks and their inability to be effective on the power play. One of the problems that kept popping up was a lack of ability to enter the zone. One of the problems that kept popping up was the lack of ability to keep the puck in the zone. Geeky had a great chance, followed up by Sam Renzel getting shut down the other way, and Foligno took a penalty that bled into the third period. Speaking of which, Elijah Lindholm would go ahead and capitalize off that Foligno penalty on Soderblom, who stood tall for most of the kill but could not finish the shift. Burakovsky would tie it just moments later from Levshinov for his first as a Chicago Blackhawk. Burakovsky was named third star of the game by NHL.com. He had 1 goal, 1 assist. Of course, the assist coming off Bedard's goal earlier that night. Nazar had a huge penalty that was killed off because of Soderblom standing tall. McAvoy got angry at Bedard, which resulted in a penalty for the Bruins. And on this ensuing power play for the Blackhawks, Nikita Sidorov would show why he is one of the most feared defenders in the league, taking out Sam Renzel and then cross-checking Nazar in the back, leading to a huge scrum right in front where we saw the boys getting fired up. Betsy got in there, Nazar got in there, Tavo got in there. It was just a big mess. Blackhawks-Bruins, original 6 rivalry, you love to see it. Blackhawks and Bruins trade chances after this, leading to big saves by both Corby and Soda, leading to another scrum. Right after that, Sam Renzel would have a big-time goal line clearance This is where he made his money. This is where he's been making his money in the preseason, in the prospect showcase, and now in the regular season. Sam Renzel plays an excellent desperation defensive game. He's always right next to the net. He can get the pucks out. He played a great game defensively tonight. Could have used some work on his offense, but defensively, apart from 1 or 2 shifts, he played a pretty good game. Levshunov took a penalty, as we mentioned before. Costly mistake, high sticking with 3 minutes left. I forgot who it was. He broke his stick though, high sticking, just the entire shebang for Artem Levshunov. Blackhawks are somehow able to kill it off. Nick Foligno had a huge penalty kill right there. And we get to overtime where the Blackhawks, they sent Foligno out there. He wins the draw. Bedard takes it back. They're building momentum. And we get Alex Vlasic finding Nazar right in front. But the puck goes right off Corby, straight into the air. And Corby's able to save it. And just 30 seconds later, after Boston has a chance, not even, Nazar and Bedard come back up the ice. For some reason, instead of starting 2-on-1, Nazar just kind of throws the puck over to Bedard, like right in front of him. Either way, huge save by Korpisalo again. He attempts to play it. He can't. And less than a minute later, it would be Fraser Minton to go ahead and ice the game for the Boston Bruins. Final score 4-3 Boston. What we learned? We learned that the Blackhawks this year are what we were promised last year. Blackhawks played a pretty good game. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was physical. It was chippy. The young defenseman did struggle. Wyatt Kaiser, I think, had a pretty good game. Like I said before, Artem Levshunov, he's very bipolar in his play. Alex Vlasic had a great game in his first game back for considering all things, considering he had his leg cut open not even a week ago by a skate blade. Connor Murphy didn't look too far out of place. The Blackhawks played a tight game against a team that I think they should have been coming off of a back-to-back with Boston. But, you know, it's no big deal. We have 82 games. We're tanking for one more year for McKenna or Stenberg or hopefully not Belichats, but technically Belichats. I'm not too worried. We have Montreal in the Centennial home opener. I'm very excited about that. Of course, before we go, I want to shout out On Tap Sports. You can see all my articles that I write for them there. And of course, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and do all the things. And before we go, Montreal, Chicago, this Saturday. Make sure you're there. Make sure you watch it. It's going to be a fun game. I can already tell. Both fan bases already don't like each other. The teams don't like each other. Demidov versus Levshunov. This is the first real-time game where we get to see them. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, you guys tune in too. But for now, that is all, folks. Have a great night from the Blackhawks Cowboys.